Hello, fans of the modular shed. So the modular shed is getting quite big now. Module 3 is well underway. It's got its floor, although it's raised up. The roof is on, and that's the bit that I've been doing today. But the inevitable happened. I'll explain. I've got panel drift. So at this end, the two roof panels are about 2 inches apart. As you go down to the other end, ignoring perspective, they're actually only about 1 inch apart, so they'd started to drift apart as I came this way. So this panel on the left, this one, I've tried to steer it, and the way I did that is I tried to crush the corrugations at the top, compress them a little bit so they're slightly different pitch. You may just be able to see that at the top. It's sort of drifted away from the pitch of the other roof panel. That shouldn't matter. And at the bottom I've tried to expand the corrugations, and that's quite tricky. You've got to pull on the sheet. So I thought if I put those two battens and clamp them on the corrugated sheet, that might open it out a bit, and I think I got a few centimeters out of it by doing that. So yes, I'm steering the panel because it's very flexible to try and get it to track back so that it's true, because there's another module or another pair of modules going to the right of this lot, and then a final one against the hedge right there. And I made a little bit of a mistake with these rafters. I should have brought the rafter down so that it met the post at its center point. I got it to meet the post at the edge. Now the problem with that is that the post on this left hand side, it's quite dark under here. Get out of my hair, fly! Was fouling the sheet, so I've had to actually cut the end of the post off, which I think you can just about see there. And I've actually got the same problem here. The corrugated sheet is fouling against the top of that post, so I think I'm going to have to just carve a little bit of it off. I really should be bringing this rafter down so that it's above the post at this point and sort of meets the post at a nominal centre. Oh well, you learn. And I was wondering why I didn't have the same problem on the other side, and I think it's because of the angle difference. That rafter there is at 12 degrees, that one there is at 20 degrees, and this one here is actually at 22 degrees. So it's a much steeper descent into that post, and therefore you've got the anomaly of the square top of the post and its right hand edge fouling against the roof sheet. The final thing I want to do today is just sort out this apex sheet, or the apex sheets, which are screwed onto the top of that batten there. I've drifted it sideways just to get it out of my way. Now I do have some more apex sheets. They're there. I've got two which have been hanging on that bar for a while, and they've kind of adopted the angled shape. The two on the top are new. I bought them today, so they're not drooping yet. Now I very nearly extended this post because it's so short relative to the apex post, but I didn't, because I wanted to remain true to this idea of having all the posts on the outside of the building running around the perimeter unextended, just using them at their standard 8-foot length. But like I think I mentioned yesterday, the floor sits in that hanger there, so it's about 18 inches above the top of the concrete, and there's another 18 inches under the ground, so we lose 3 foot from an 8-foot post. That only leaves 5 foot, so the ceiling is going to be a little bit low in that corner. Okay for me, because I'm little. Question is, do I stop here at 3 modules? Oh, I knew that would happen. Walked backwards into something. Or do I spend a bit more money on this and perhaps go to 5 modules, but that would only leave 1 module for the demonstrating the fact that this thing can be expanded at a later date. Just checking I'm not going to trip over anything. So I don't know, perhaps I will stop at 3 and do 3 more next year, but of course it would have to be next spring when the weather warms up. For now though, goodbye.